Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman coming to you today, and it's snowing. Now, y'all know last week I was outside on my patio and it was 70 degrees. Michigan gets on my last nerve. But hey, let me make sure I'm in the right settings. Hold on. How y'all doing today? I want y'all to come on in, have a seat. Make sure you push like that white thumbs up. Is in those little dots on the side. I believe it's the right side. You push like before you leave here, and make sure you share my videos. And I have been forgetting to ask you guys to watch 2 videos a day. Y'all slackers. Come on, man. I can see who watching videos. I can see my numbers. 2 videos a day. I know since the beginning of the year, or since I've been asking you to watch 2 videos, you haven't watched 2,000 videos. You got enough videos to watch all year. 2 a day. You have a section that say live, and then the ones that just say videos. The ones that just say videos are uploads. The lives are the ones I'm doing like this. Check them out. Share them. It's something in there for everybody. 2 a day will keep negativity away. I promise you. I am not one of those bloggers that like to beef with people. I'm not racist. I'm not hateful. I'm just real. Okay, this was a requested video. And I wasn't going to do it because I don't know how to be fake. But I said, okay, I'm going to do it because there's a lot of women that's like Miss Stephanie. There's a lot of women that's older and they're lonely. There's a lot of women that's easily manipulated. And since I gotta be real, there's a lot of horny women. There's a lot of women out here that think what they've a JJ. There's a lot of women that use God to get married because they want some penis. I'm not gonna lie. Half the women sitting in church, they going to church seeking a husband. Can I say that again? Half the women that go to church, they go to church seeking a husband. That's all I hear a lot of church women talk about. My husband coming. Pastor said my husband. My husband. I don't hear nothing about deliverance. I don't hear what pastor said about your pockets. I don't hear pastor saying you will be healed. You always talking about a man. Am I lying? And it may be you. I am not hateful. I'm not vindictive. I'm real. If y'all want me to do this video, say yes, because otherwise I won't do it. Because the lady I'm about to speak on, I'm going to show you a little clipping of the news article, video. It's called American Crime. I'm giving credit to American Crime. It's like a news broadcast. And this is for fair use. Y'all want me to do this video? Now, would y'all be mad at me if I give you the real deal, how I feel? This just Nina's feelings. It don't mean nothing. But I cannot be fake. Even though this lady has passed on, I will not be fake. Okay? Because this the only way we learn is from other people's mistakes and our mistakes. Correct, ladies? Because it's really a woman video. This is the only way we're going to learn from others' mistakes. Now, if you don't want to hear the real deal and y'all say, oh, I can't believe you speaking like that on the dead, please log off now. Because when people say that, it cracks me up. I'm going to tell you why it cracks me up. The dead don't hear nothing we saying. We cannot hurt the dead. Okay? Their time here has been completed, sealed, and delivered. So when people say that, no, it's not the dead you're worried about. It's the living that can't handle what you're saying about the dead. Miss Stephanie don't hear nothing we about to say. Not one word. She's gone. But I'm trying to save you from being Miss Stephanie. Okay, I don't know a lot, but I know enough. Stephanie, they call her Stevie. She was from LA, I think, some part of California. She was a hairstylist. This is a 62-year-old black, beautiful woman who had a talent to do hair and been doing it for years. I believe she raised her kids as a hairstylist. I'm going to show you a video in the beginning how She feel like she don't look pretty on pictures, so she did a live video. She's talking about how she's just been broken, just destroyed, and been dogged out, and her heart is so kind. People just used her. And the whole entire video, she's talking about a man. That's the sad part. She's not talking about her kids breaking her heart. She's not talking about a job. She's talking about a man. And then the second part of the video, what you're going to witness, you're going to see Miss Stephanie look like a whole different person. She's going to look like a beautiful, younger black queen. She's a younger herself. She lost weight. She got fit. She's sitting back on her lunch break from doing hair, chewing gum. I got my mind right pretty much, my blood pressure down. I'm feeling good. And I'm going to show you why she feel that way. Now, I want y'all to see the first Miss Stephanie before she had a man in her life. And I want y'all to pay attention that she's talking about how horrible she feel and how used she feel. So she know finding another man was not the solution. I never heard her say she went and got counseling. She ran to the church, and the church is not counseling people. She really needed to lay on somebody's sofa and get her mind right, because she thought the answer to her problems was a man. And she messed around and found out. I'm going to let y'all watch it, and I'm going to give y'all my thoughts on it. And I don't want y'all to be mad at me, okay? But it's on my TV, because y'all know I don't edit. So let's watch Miss Stephanie, the black woman. I ain't even going to tell y'all. I'm going to let y'all watch it. Hold on. Here we go.
Soresto knows that some situations just suck. Fleas and ticks suck too.
Wait a minute, I can't show these commercials. Okay, hold on.
Soresto knows that some situations
Oh my
just
goodness,
suck.
come on, come on.
When Stevie wasn't working, she was out living, sports games.
Give me a
events,
second, y'all.
family gatherings, you name it.
Give me a
She
second.
was a social.
Let me fix this. I was watching it before I got on live, and I gotta go back so y'all can see the beginning. Hold on. Okay, here we go, here we go. And if a commercial come on, I have to stop it, and I have to keep intervening because YouTube do not allow us to show the videos without giving our input every like few minutes. So don't be mad, I'm stopping the video. I know how y'all get down. Why you keep stopping? Because I have to. Here we go.
Really fall in love with him. The worst of enemies can't hurt us. I've seen people have testimonies where somebody killed their child and they prayed for that person's soul. That's where we have to be. You know, that's where we have to be. And I want to be that person. Because you reap what you sow. God is a God of his word. You can't deny that. I want to reap benefits. So he had told me to stand. He told me to fall in love with Jesus. And then he told me to get ready for a blessing. Wow.
The death of a woman at a jail in Amador County while on a visit is now being investigated as a homicide. It happened last Wednesday at Mule Creek State Prison when 62-year-old Stephanie Brinson was visiting her husband. He's an inmate there. The State Department of Corrections says the inmate used the family visit phone to tell officers his wife had passed out during her visit. But the cause of her death is allegedly to have been caused by strangulation. Amador County and the state prison is now handling the investigation.
Stephanie Dowell was 62 years old, beautiful.
I have to stop it every few minutes. For the ones that don't know this story, this beautiful black woman named Stephanie, 62 years old hairstylist, was deleted by her husband on a conjugal visit. I guess out west you can visit your husband for up to 40 hours, I believe, a few days, I guess. And it's like an apartment setting, and they don't have nobody watching them. And this is why a lot of inmates get married that can get conjugal visits, because they want to have sex with women. It don't mean they love them. They just want X. And she fell for it.
Energetic, athletic, and a proud mother and grandmother. By all accounts,
Hey,
she
Sandra.
had lived a life full of love,
Cupcake.
success, and strength. But in the final chapter of her story, Stephanie made a decision that was not just bizarre, but downright dangerous. After striking up a conversation with a man online, 54-year-old David Brinson, she somehow convinced herself that a convicted quadruple murderer serving 4 life sentences plus 20 years was boyfriend material.
Okay. I'm going to try to be nice, Miss Lorraine and Kanique and TK. I'm going to try to be nice. She met this man online who was serving 4 life sentences for deleting 4 people execution style. Now, y'all know y'all asking yourself, how the heck did she meet an inmate online that's in prison? Because they get phones. They still do criminal activity. Because that's criminal. You cannot have contraband in the prison. So he's still on bull crap. But what do he have to lose? He's serving 4 life sentences. That means he got to die 4 times before he see the parole board. And she found him interesting. Let's go on. Oh, before I show this video. Now, y'all seen the video before, right? She looked at 68. She was sad, depressed. Now, this is after she meets her husband. Look at her now.
Let's be honest, David wasn't just waving red flags, he was drowning in them. He murdered 4 men in one night back in 1994, showed 0 remorse, and had no realistic chance of release. But against all logic, all reason, and
Smiling.
all cries from her family, Stephanie didn't just fall for him, she married him. Yup, she became...
This video is fair use from America Crime, fair use. Everything in here, I'm not going to say it's alleged. It already happened. So it's not alleged. This is a true story. But this is not my video. I got it from Crime Stories for fair use only.
Mrs. Brinson, prison walls and all, as if love letters and state-issued jumpsuits were the new fairy tale.
Did y'all notice her braids? She's 62. She don't look like no old lady no more, do she? Look at her hair right here.
Stephanie had a slew of accomplishments, the kind most women would be proud of. She raised a family, stayed active, and built a full life. But now, none of that will make headlines, because the world won't remember her as the loving mom, the dedicated grandmother, or the vibrant woman she was. She'll be remembered as the lonely older woman killed by her prison bae during a conjugal visit. A tragic ending to a story that...
Do y'all see Miss Stephanie right there? She went from being a church woman, saying God told her this and God told her that, to visiting a 4-time murderer dressing like Lil' Kim. Look at this dress.
should have never had a second act. Welcome to the American Crime Femicide channel. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future uploads. Stephanie, affectionately called Stevie D by family and friends, was a woman of many hats, and she wore them well. A graduate of the University of Southern California with a degree in special education, she held positions ranging from law firm office manager to dental practice manager, to Mary Kay director, to bookkeeper, to hairstylist. But it was hairstyling, her true passion, that she turned into her legacy.
Can I say something real quick? Please don't get mad at me. She went to school for special education. Can I say that again? She graduated from college with a special education degree. So she was qualified to deal with people that didn't know how to deal with themselves, that couldn't think straight, that had some disabilities. How can you hire somebody who have disabilities themselves to teach others who have disabilities? You see how school, man, okay, I'm sorry.
Her salon, Hairly, located on Crenshaw, wasn't just a business, it was a sanctuary. Known for its Brazilian blowouts, good vibes, and staff that made you feel like family, Hairly became a hub for beauty, laughter, and empowerment.
I gotta speed it up.
I like to do videos because I don't like the way I look in pictures.
She's gonna talk about how she don't like how she look and her self-esteem here.
But this morning after my run, or during my run, I was talking to God and just saying how much pain I'm always feeling. And why do I have to go through so much? I realized, I'm a pretty happy person. I got a lot of great things going, but I suffer a lot of heartaches. And I feel like maybe somebody else can attest to. She might be a very giving person, and a lot of times you do a lot of wonderful things. But I've been praying for like 45, 50 days now, the same thing. And God told me that, my heart needs to be even softer.
This is what I get mad at. I cannot stand when people get into church and they say that God told them to do these things. It pisses me off because God didn't tell her to do none of that. You hear me? But they use God for excuses to do wrong just so it can feel better to them. You better pray for discernment, because sometimes the voice that you hear in your head is your own voice, and a lot of times it's not even your own voice, it's the devil. So you better know how to decipher who's speaking to you.
I was like, oh my God, I've suffered hundreds of thousands of dollars in loss because my heart being saw people walking over me doing things. What could you possibly be talking about? And I'm like, but there is something I harbor deep in my heart, kind of a little hatred for someone. And I've been praying and asking God, please take this away. Don't let me feel like this. And he said, I'm a God of my word, Stevie. He said, I truly love you, and I know your heart and that you love people. He said, but you have somebody that you hate, and that's my child. And I was like, God.
Thank you, he states, God is not the author of confusion. No, he's not. She just said God told her, you hate my child. Have God ever talked to y'all like that? Have y'all ever heard God? I believe if people really heard from God like that, I think you would run up out the house. I'm just being real. If I'm sitting here and all of a sudden I hear, Nina, you know better than that, I'm running. I'm like, who is that? Stop acting like God is just coming to you and say, girl, let me tell you, sit down, let me talk to you. If I hear my mother's voice right now, and I love my mama, I'm running up out of here. People need to stop lying on God.
But the wrong that was done. And he said, well, greater wrong has been done to my son. He said, but he still loved you enough to save your soul. And I said, I understand, God, but I'm not him. I'm not Jesus. What do you want me to do? How can I get rid of this? And he said, you need to fall in love with Jesus. And I said, I love the Lord. He said, no, fall in love with Jesus. If you fall in love with Jesus.
I hope I say your name. Raquel said, he talks through his word. He talks through his word. But Raquel, everybody don't know the word. Sometimes people misconstrue the word. Just because they're reciting what they read don't mean they godly or that's God talking to them. Just because you in front of a pastor and he's speaking the word to you don't mean he's a godly person. That's why I say study and show yourself approved, because the devil knows the word too. So you got to be careful when God is talking through the word. So you telling me God really said this to her. That's what you agree. Okay. All right. Let's go on.
Nothing can really hurt you like that. Nothing. I have doubts if I'm going to post this because I look so bad. But if there's somebody out there and you've done a lot and you know you love people, you know you do, search your heart. Ask God to help you heal from whatever that is that's hurting you, because you have to love everybody. You have to truly love. And I think that if we fall in love with...
Y'all know I had to keep stopping. I know y'all get mad at me in a minute. But Cheryl, I'm reading y'all comments while I'm watching. Cheryl said she wanted what she wanted. You are absolutely correct. If y'all notice, when people want something in the flesh, they use the Lord to get it. God said, you my husband. How many times y'all done heard a woman say that? God showed me who my husband is. Show me a scripture where it states, I will show you who your husband is. It states in the word of God, if I'm not correct, Kanique, correct me. A man who finds a wife finds a good thing. I never ever read a scripture that states a woman can find a husband. So if that's not true, why are you lying on God saying he told me you were my husband? And you sit in church every Sunday. Can someone post that scripture? Because I may be wrong. Let's continue.
Jesus, really fall in love with him. The worst of enemies can't hurt us. I've seen people have testimonies where somebody killed their child and they prayed for that person's soul. That's where we have to be. You know, that's where we have to be. And I want to be that person, because you reap what you sow. God is a God of his word. You can't deny that.
Cupcake said it's in Proverbs, Kanique. Cupcake, are you saying a woman can find a husband is in Proverbs? Or is it saying a man who finds a wife finds a good thing? I just want to be correct. Proverbs 18:22. Could somebody tell me what they mean by that? Because I've never seen a scripture saying a woman can find a husband. Is that what y'all saying, or y'all saying the opposite? You in the world. I'm trying to get an understanding from you guys. Glad you're in your new place. Thank you, Sheila. I was delusional. I thought in my 20s in church, a man was my husband. He married a lady in church, and I was upset. Thank you for saying that, Nisa. She said when she was in church, she thought a man was her husband. He married a whole other woman, and she was upset because that was in her mind. Okay, Cupcake cleared it up. She's talking about a man that finds a wife. Okay. So there's no scripture that said a woman can find a husband, right? Right? Okay, we got that. We got it.
I want to reap benefits. So he had told me to stand. He told me to fall in love with Jesus. And then he told me to get ready for a blessing. Wow.
Go to college?
Okay, I got to get past the commercial, y'all. Hold on. I cannot show commercials. Let me cut it all the way down. Turn it around and let the commercial play. I'm sorry. This is not my video, so I got to do it this way, Kanique, until I learn how to edit. Y'all got to bear with me. When you're old and you try to do technology, this stuff hard. Okay, here we go. It's back on.
So much pain. And then came David, a man whose resume included 4 murders, 4 life sentences, and 0 possibility of parole. Somehow, Stevie went...
0 possibility. 0 mean never. She married a man who's never coming home.
From styling blowouts to falling headfirst into a prison romance with a man locked up for execution-style killings during a robbery in 1994. Forget red flags. They became wrapped in crime scene tape. But she believed the lies, the charm. We read the Bible together, bedtime stories. And in one of the most bewildering plot twists imaginable, she married him, not for love, allegedly, but for conjugal visits. Because nothing says forever like locking in quality alone time with a convicted killer. Stevie got fit and glowed up for her prison bae.
Y'all see that? Let me go back. Stevie got fit for her prison bae. Look at the before and after picture.
Visits. Because nothing says forever like locking in quality alone time with a convicted killer. Stevie got fit and glowed up for her prison bae.
Hey, it's me, Stevie, just chilling in my truck for a minute while my client is drying. I'm sharing this because I'm excited about my herbal life, my changes in life. I feel so good. I feel so healthy. And I've lost, a lot of weight, but I feel incredible.
Now, do y'all see the change in Stevie? Stevie done lost weight. Stevie done got her hair up in a up-de-doo. She chewing her gum. Her skin is clear. And she's saying her new life, her blood pressure even down. You know why? Miss Stevie got rest your soul. But do you know why? But she got some penis. I'm just being real. Now her life is happy. She ain't crying, talking about God told her nothing. She living in this flesh now. Look how the flesh look.
And so I just thought I'd share this with you. If you don't know what you'd like to do to take care of yourself, my blood pressure is great. I have absolutely no medications
Oh, it's great.
to take. Cholesterol all the way down.
Woo!
I'm just excited about my health.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so much more vibrant and alive. I look forward to getting up every day, 4 a.m.
Woo!
Life is good.
Miss Stevie say she getting up at 4. She running. All her blood pressure levels is down. Her skin is clear. She probably doing 100 push-ups, jumping jacks because she got a man. Now, this is what's sad about a lot of church women. As long as you marry, you feel like you're covered. I ain't sinning. Yeah, he a murderer, but I'm married. So it ain't no sin if I'm sleeping with my husband, even though he killed 4 people.
Her Facebook became flirtier, more playful.
Look at her outfit.
Romance gave her a spark. Meanwhile,
Ooh, look at Miss Stevie.
watched in disbelief. They begged her to reconsider. But let's be real, 62-year-olds don't take advice. They give it. She told everyone to mind their business and carried on living out this warped fairy tale with a man who'd taken 4 lives and now, tragically, will take a 5th. She
told her kids and her family, her friends, and probably her church members to mind your business. This my stick. What else was this man offering her? For real, y'all, be honest. I know y'all want to take up for Miss Stevie because she's gone. If she was still alive, y'all would be dog walking her. Because she made a bad, deadly choice, y'all want to feel sorry for her. But we trying to save the Miss Stevies that's still here. So we got to be critical, for real. We got to be critical. This has nothing to do with her or trying to talk about the day. Critical so nobody else would be Miss Stevie. What else did this man have to Miss Stevie besides some penis? I want somebody to answer me. What else could this man have offered her besides penis? So when she married this man, she knew all she was going to get from him was some penis. Now, I can see if it was Michigan and you can't have those kind of visits. And I'm like, maybe she was just lonely, want a conversation. No, this man would have married Bubbles as long as it had a hole in it. You hear me? This man wasn't in love. This man would have married anything with a hole. And she fell for it. She got in shape. She was in love. And all he wanted was some vajayjay.
November 13th, 2024, during one of their romantic prison sleepovers, Stevie was found unresponsive. Brinson calmly used the unit phone to call officers and report that his wife had passed out. Despite emergency efforts, Stevie died an hour later. But the horror didn't fully hit until 4 months later, when her family was informed her death wasn't natural, it was homicide by strangulation. Her killer? The man she married. The man serving 4 life sentences. The man nobody should have ever trusted with a toothbrush, let alone 30 hours of private time with a woman.
We spoke with the victims.
Somebody said he's a Mendingo. He is a Mendingo. He's a very good-looking black man. But he's a nutcase Mendingo. You know, you got to decipher Mendingos, Quinta oils. You got to, just because they smell good, look good, don't mean they taste good. Rotting all on the inside. Maggots on the inside. So when I be talking about Mendingos and Quinta oils, y'all, don't get it twisted. You still got to have discernment about who is who and what is what. And the biggest red flag would have been your ass in prison. Doing 4 life sentence for what you did. What? I don't even want a murderer's hands to touch me. Wouldn't God have told her that? He told her everything else. God didn't tell her, don't let that man touch you. I mean, for real. Where's God when she needed him? I'm trying to figure out, did you ignore when he really was talking to you, Miss Stevie?
Family, and they're demanding answers. They want to know why an
Kanique said he looked slow.
History like this was allowed to
He was slow. He is slow.
In the first place.
The most giving, kind-hearted person.
62-year-old Stephanie Dowles was always trying to help others. Her mother, Oviedo Wilson, says,
I would often tell my sweetheart, you can't save the world.
Dowles was a mother herself to 2 sons, grandmother to 6. She was a hairstylist and a small business owner in the Los Angeles area, known to her family as Stevie. We spoke to them on Zoom.
Stevie was literally...
This is her mother. Her mother's still alive. And I think her sister.
The glue that held the family together.
Making her loss all the more difficult.
We were just devastated.
Dowles
That's her
died
son.
during an overnight visit with an inmate at Mule Creek State Prison in Ione just before 3 a.m. last November. Now, 4 months later, the Amador County Coroner confirmed her family's fears, finding the death was a homicide. The coroner says she was strangled.
How did they just, let this happen and just don't get it?
Armand Torres says the prison should...
This what makes me mad. Now, her mama, her sister, her son sitting here. They blaming the prison, which they do have a little bit of responsibility. But you sign waivers and stuff, people. Once you say I do, you have to show the proof that you're married, which the prison married them because she got married in the prison. And you got to sign papers that you want to have those visits. They give you the rules and regulations. You got to go through the metal detective. You got to leave your ID. They got to shake you down. And then they take you over to the apartment to meet your penis. And I'm calling him penis because he wasn't no damn husband. So she goes over in there to meet him and knowing she's going to be there at least a day or two. I'm for sure she's been there before. This was not her first visit because she was too happy. She'd been there before. So she knew that nobody was going to be watching them. You know what I'm saying? She knew she was going to be released to this 4-time convicted murderer by herself. And she's done it several times. Now her family's sitting there blaming the prison when this grown woman, 62 years old, knew that her life could be in danger because she's not being chaperoned, she's not being covered, nobody's watching, and she's with this man. But she was so in love, she trusted him. And I bet she argued with her kids, her mama, her sister, leave my husband alone. That's my husband.
Be held accountable. He says his mom was visiting her husband, David Brinson, there.
They would read the Bible together. He was in school in there. She was pushing him to try to be this better person.
But Brinson is serving 4 consecutive life terms with a 20-year determinate sentence on top of that.
Damn.
Without the possibility of parole.
Wait a minute. Do y'all see that? He had 4 consecutive. That means right behind each other, life terms. And then when he do the 4 life terms, he gonna have to die 4 times. And when he come back, he gotta go do 20 more years. This how bad his crime was. And this is out of all the quinta oils in the prison. There's some quinta oils in there, I ain't lying. You had to find somebody that ain't never getting out. You couldn't find nobody who was doing 5 years. You couldn't find nobody that did a drink or a driving. I mean, something simple. I mean, you had to find somebody that took 4 people's lives. And then he's sitting there reading the Bible. You should have been reading the Bible, David, before you said goodbye to them 4 people.
all after his 1993 conviction of 4 murders.
My mom was just left alone, and she, called for help, I'm sure. And
do y'all hear that? My mother was just left alone, and she was calling for help, I'm sure. No, she didn't. Now, let me let y'all finish this. I'm gonna finish the video. Hold on.
there's nothing she could do.
Officials say the criminal investigation is still underway, so as of now, no one's been charged with Dowell's murder. But it happened during a family visit, which the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation website describes as a visit in private apartment-like facilities on prison grounds that can last approximately 30 to 40 hours.
30 to 40
It
hours.
was just after 2 a.m. on November 13th when CDCR says Brinson used the phone in that apartment-like facility to tell officers his wife
California.
had passed out.
Given the history that this guy has, already, we kind of just, wanted to know how is it even, possible for them to be unsupervised.
The CDCR website shows inmates blocked from those privileges are limited to those on death row, those convicted of sex offenses, those going through the reception process upon arrival to a prison, or anyone under disciplinary
Now, I didn't see this. If y'all can read this. Family visits are not permitted to inmates on death row, inmates convicted of sex offenses, inmates going through receptions. I can't see the rest of it. Of arrival, I guess when they first get there, or are they like in the hole? It don't say nothing about murderers. Do y'all see that? Ex-offenders can't get married and have ex. But a murderer can. She signed that.
restrictions. There's no mention of multiple murder convictions.
Do you think like that policy should change moving forward?
It has to. There has to be something has to be done, because it's not fair.
CDCR says inmates have to meet strict criteria for these family visits, like sustained good behavior, for example. And they say the visits are meant to support family connection and rehabilitation. And Dowell's family did say that she had visited Brinson several times before this, and those visits seem to have gone well. So they at the time, they didn't really think much of it. Like they now believe they probably should have. Back to you.
Okay.
It's the one.
All right, let's talk about it. Do y'all see how her son making her so innocent? She didn't know. Stephanie didn't know. It wasn't fair. She probably was screaming. But didn't you just hear them say she didn't visit this man and had ex with this man several times before? She knew exactly what was going on. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I may be wrong because I can't get in the mind of a person of deletion of others. I just cannot. I don't want to get in their mind. But maybe because this brother got all his time and he finally got someone that's going to do what he said. He got her manipulated in the mind. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe they was having some wild ex. Have y'all ever had ex or somebody put their hands around your throat? Maybe it turned him on. But he forgot she was 62 years old. And he could have crushed her windpipe because he got too excited. Because soon as she stopped breathing, he picked up the phone and said, "My wife passed out." So I just don't see him, unless he was about to go on death row the next day, deleting the woman, the one person probably that's in his life that gives him money, give him ex, give him visits, to delete her. So it could have been an accident, but he should have said that. But he thinking probably in his head, they're not going to believe me. I'm a murderer. I didn't deleted several people before. Now I got this woman here. Oh, my God. They were alone 30 to 40 hours. So it's no camera footage, just in case. I mean, I know you don't want to watch what people doing. And they said it's an apartment setting. That means they have a stove in there. Because how they eating? For real. It's an apartment setting. I mean, they should have, could she bring food? So you just chilling on the weekend. I mean, for real, they in there chilling 30, 40 hours alone, and this man had deleted 4 people. Are you kidding me? So, of course, you're going to have a whole lot of people getting married. You're going to have a whole lot of people getting married, because especially ones that are never coming home, they would marry a monkey. I'm telling you, just to have X. So I'm like, did he really intentionally do that? Knowing this woman is down for him, he got her head, he got her money, he got her body, he got her time faithfully. Why would he delete her? Is he just that crazy? And it took them 4 months to find out. They thought she just passed out. So it wasn't no marks from strangulation around her throat for them to even, he wasn't even a suspect. And why did it take 4 months for her autopsy to come back? I thought they could do that in 2 weeks. 4 months, at least 30 days. I think because they were trying to hide what happened, I think they didn't want to expose the prison, so they hid it as long as they could. Because it don't take 4 months for no autopsy to come back. They're lying. And all of a sudden now it's strangulation. And he should have just told the truth from the beginning. We was having rough X, and I put my hand around her, and she passed out. Because that's what I believe happened. I'm just sorry. I know I'm giving a murderer the benefit of the doubt, but I just can't imagine somebody who deleted 4 people and was able to get into a beautiful woman, successful woman head that comes up there every week or once a month or whenever they visits are, that chills with him and love him in spite of all his calamities and all the things he's been through. I have this woman that's going to die with me in this prison from out there, and I can sleep with her all I want to. I don't believe he would do that unless he got tired of being married and he found another little thing that wanted to marry him. But would they have let him get married again? Would they have let him get more visits again? I mean, there's so many unanswered questions. But what I don't like is her son sitting there acting like his mama wasn't 64, 62? Wasn't a grown old grandmother. College educated, business owner, that she didn't have common sense. You want to blame somebody else for your mother's decision. Didn't your mama tell you to stay out of her business? She told you to stay out of her business. She told church members to stay out of her business. She told her own mama to stay out of her business. Now that she's gone, you want to blame the prison? The decisions we make, ladies, this is exactly what I be talking about. We make the dumbest decisions and then blame the person who we allowed to do us bold. We blame them. And we sit there and make those decisions. The first red flag was his ass in prison. The second red flag was he deleted 4 people. No, yeah. The third red flag was he ain't never coming home. Why would God tell you to marry somebody like him that's not a provider or a protector? Didn't he say a husband is a provider or a protector? Didn't God say that's what a husband was and you were his helpmate? So he skipped that part about being a provider and protector and just made you a helpmate. You had to fulfill your duties, but he didn't have to fulfill his duties. That God said, oh, he don't have to do nothing. As long as you be his helpmate, I want you to marry him. So I'm telling you, sometimes people get into the Bible, they get into church, and they lie on God because they in the flesh. And it makes them feel good. It takes away the guilt, the lies that's within. They know it's not right. But if I say God told me to do it, it makes it a little better. I can sleep better at night. God was nowhere in that union. Nowhere in that union at all. I'm sorry, my brother talking. God is nowhere in that union at all. And she paid the ultimate price, and it was her life. Her life was gone. I cannot tiptoe around this video and say, oh, He was wrong. The prison was wrong. All of them was wrong. And for her to be a godly woman, wouldn't it have been a turnoff to know that a prisoner calling her from prison with a phone, knowing it's contraband and he ain't supposed to have it? Story time. It happened to me. Let me tell you. I was on Facebook. And this when I used to do all my Facebook videos. So I would have a lot of people reach out to me for mentorship. And then a lot of guys would get in my DM trying to talk to me. And I have to cuss them out. Tell them this is not no dang on dating service. This is Facebook. Well, a guy got in my DM and he was acting like he was inquiring about business. Invested in me a podcast. So we get to talking. And then I noticed his name and he said he was from Michigan, Grand Rapids, my city. So I'm like, are you the same person that such and such and such and such? And he said, yeah, that's me. Oh, okay. He was a big drug dealer around here. So the last I known of this guy, he moved to Atlanta to pursue rap music. And guess who was producing him? Floyd Mayweather. So I'm thinking, he on the letter doing his thing. He just inboxing me. He must got a little money. He must got his little rap contract. Okay, you want to do something with my podcast? So let's talk. He asked me, what's my nephew, the one that's doing all the time? Is that your you related to him? Y'all got the same last name. Yeah, that's my sister's son. So we get to talking. Oh, you heard what happened between us? And it dawned on me. I remember him and my nephew had some beef. And something serious happened. I tell you, I can't tell y'all that story. But I'm like, that's you? He said, yeah. I said, oh, man, I remember that. And he said, I really like you. I always liked you. I always thought you was pretty. I said, oh, really? And I said, so what you been up to? Because now I'm not interested because I know he had beef with my nephew. Because I'm like, no, this is a setup. He said, you know where I'm calling you from? I said, no. He said, I'm in the penitentiary. How you calling me from the penitentiary? I ain't said no call. I have a phone. You have a phone in the prison? This is when I realized people can have phones in prison. How did you get a phone? Oh, I got pulled. You know, the guards would give you anything for some money. Oh, it's cricket guards, y'all. So he had a phone. He was in there eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, talking on the phone. The guards had brought him Kentucky Fried Chicken. He said he eat out every day because he got a little money. So we talking and stuff. Now I want to pick his brain. How the hell you get a phone? Why are you calling me? Blah, 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 blah. He in there for murder too. Life, natural life. He got to talking about how Floyd wouldn't help him after he caught the case. And I told him Floyd didn't do much for my nephew because Floyd was both their friends, right? And then he said that it was a pow-pow at a house. A drug deal went bad. He had like an AK, I believe, and he came out the bathroom because they was killing his friends. They were robbing the place, killing his friends. So he knew he was next. So he came out, this is his story, and he said he closed his eyes and just was, he said he didn't care who he was going to delete. Friends and all, he had to get out that house. He said when the gunfire was over, Papa was over, he got hit a couple times. He woke up in the hospital, and he was the only one living. So they charged him with all the bodies in the house. And the crug. So he got natural life. This brother tried to talk to me. I still got pulled out there. I could change your life. I can give you all this and that. You ain't never got to pay your rent no more. I will make sure you get a house. All I want you to do is come visit me, you know, do some things I want you to do, and I'm going to take care of you and your kids. I said, who are you talking to? You got me twisted. What you mean? Do I look slow? Do I got slow on my forehead? So you telling me you going to take care of me from prison, from some drug money that you got hid, that your family members must have. As long as I come fly out there, visit you, bring you money, do what you say, you gonna take care of me forever, ever. Oh, really? Don't you ever call me again, because I will find out what prison you in, and I will let them know you got contraband, and I will let them know that you're calling me, and I'm afraid for my life. Capiche? Oh, why I gotta be like that? Capiche? And I blocked him. But guess what? A girl that grew up in my city went up there, married to a man out here, a good man. The money sounded good to her. She started going to visit him. Fell in love with him. He gave her a lot of money. She lost her husband and her whole family. Now she's living in another state, barely making it. She threw her whole marriage away for that brother. She fell for it. And want everybody to feel sorry for her. She took it so hard, she started doing drugs. And she won these women running around here saying black men ain't no good. He tricked her. He didn't trick you, because he didn't trick me. He told you exactly what it was, and you fell for it. I didn't. This is why I don't feel sorry for a lot of women that try to piss in my ear and tell me it's rain. He lied to me. He didn't lie to me. How can he lie to you? He in prison. He doing life. He deleted some people. What lie can he? You can look his name up. Even if he would have told you, hey, I'm in prison for drinking and driving. Pull his name up. It's public information. You would have known what he was in there for. So those are excuses. And then if he said, I'm not in prison, how long you gonna talk to him before you actually meet him? But she knew he was in there because she used to fly out and go visit him. He bought her a car, gave her money. He got money. He got money. But he didn't have enough money to get an attorney, so he mad at Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather didn't want to pay for his attorney. I was your artist, and you gonna leave me in here? Floyd was like, brother, buy a piece. I don't get down like that. I ain't attaching my name to that bull crap. You think I'm finna attach my career to a brother that deleted some people over a drug deal going bad? I'm the champ. You got me messed up. I love you as my boy from home. That's why he won't help my nephew. My nephew didn't even do all that. But I've been trying to reach Floyd about my nephew. And Floyd like, no, I told him. He tried to take my nephew to Vegas before this happened. Bro, I'm leaving Monday. He came for Thanksgiving, y'all. He hadn't seen my nephew in 9 years, so my nephew had did 9 years in prison. I mean, when I said he was like this, he used to knock on my door to play with my nephew every day. They was the baddest two little Negroes in the neighborhood. I was some of the Johnson boys. It was a bunch of them. Bunch of little bad boys. So, Sean walked up to the table. Floyd was giving out turkeys and other things in the city. And he said, don't tell him. I'm just going to see if he noticed me. He sat down to talk. Floyd had his head down, signing an autograph, and he looked up, and he got eye contact with my nephew, and Floyd jumped up. Now, they had fell out over a girl. They had been mad at each other for years. He jumped up across the table and hugged my nephew so tight and was like, oh, my God, my boy is home. Went in his pocket and gave my nephew a knot of money like this. Here. What you up to? He telling him, man, I just got home. I got a new baby, blah, blah, blah. He said, man, I'm leaving Monday. You coming with me? He said, I'm on paper. He said, man, we will handle that. You coming with me. So my nephew like, I don't fly. I'm not going with you. He said, man, you go meet me. Will you coming with me? Do you know my nephew got in trouble on Sunday? Got arrested on Sunday. Got in a lot of trouble. He did 7 more years, got out, stayed out the way. After that 9 and that 7, he finally started working. He finally got it, got his license, had a credit card, taking care of his baby, doing good. But he didn't leave the same friends alone. So his rental car that he finally was able to get in his name for the first time in his life, he can go get his own rental car. His boy that was still in the streets was like, bro, let me keep your car while you at work. All right. Something happened with a robbery. And his name came up on that license plate on that car. He wouldn't tell who had his car. Since he done did 9 and he done did 7, he like a menace to society. They knew he didn't do it. The prosecutor said, I know you didn't do it. But if you don't tell us who did it, you might as well have did it. He went through trial because he said, I'm not taking a day. They gave him 30 to 60 years. And he was at work. Nina, call Floyd for me. Tell him to come in. I need him. I need him to send me an attorney or something. Every time I talk to his boy Ricky that be with Floyd all the time. If y'all know what I'm talking about, if y'all know Floyd. He be with Ricky all the time. Ricky be like, hey, Sean on the phone. Hey, Nina want to talk. He don't want to talk. He don't want to say nothing. I ain't got time for that. Because he looking at it like, I told you to get on the plane. I told you to come with me. You didn't want to. You didn't like the fact that your buddy is a millionaire and made it out. The same buddy you used to hang out with that used to take up for. My nephew used to take up for Floyd. My nephew was a boxer. He was the boxer in the neighborhood. So he looking like, I don't want Floyd telling me what to do. Nope. Floyd like bitching people. I ain't going. Now he's sitting in prison 30, 60 years. Can somebody call Floyd? Maybe one day Floyd will go check out old boy in Atlanta and come check on my nephew. Maybe one day. I don't know. The moral to the story is people know what they're doing. People are responsible for their own life. Women and men. Now just say I would have started talking to a boy. I could get caught up in a drug deal because I'm for sure he using women out here to do his deals for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they have those visits there or not, but I'm not interested in nobody in prison. When my kid's father went to prison, he called me and was like, babe, I know you mad. I said, no, I ain't mad at you. He said, I don't expect you to wait. I said, I know you don't. The judge broke us up. We don't go together no more. The judge broke us up. You did not love me enough to stay out here with me and your kids. So guess what? Peace. I did do some time with him before. Over and over and over. I tell you, off and on for 25 years. Until I got tired. The last time he came home, I was married. He couldn't believe it. Yeah. You had a 25-year lead on this brother, and you couldn't keep me. And you talking about I did you bold? You had 25 years before I met my husband. And I did you wrong. Y'all better quit listening to these men. You better quit being desperate. You better learn to love yourself. I don't care if you got to go get a rabbit or a rose or a bullet. You better go take a ride to the freak store. If you got to have X that bad, you better learn how to pleasure yourself. I know that's nasty, but I'd rather give you that advice to tell you to go meet somebody in the prison system just to have some. You hear me? How'd she fall in love with that man? She didn't, you know what? She wasn't in love. She was in lust. She was liking him giving her the business. Can you imagine somebody locked up? Oh, he giving you the business. He putting his whole leg up in your soul because he don't want you to come home and do nothing. This brother tearing your whole clitoris off. I'm being real. Miss Stevie probably had some shit done to her that she ain't never had done in her life. And I bet that brother went in every hole in her body. She was gone till she laid back in the car. Girl, I don't even have... My blood pressure ain't high no more. I don't even have no blood pressure. My blood pressure gone. I am floating. Keep the oil, keep the oil, keep the oil. God rest her soul. And I'm for sure she died doing the do. And I hope when she meet her maker, she tell God, I'm sorry, because it wasn't you, it was me. I'm sorry, Lord. I thought it was you. But she felt like she ran out of all the options out here in the world. All the options. This way, this is why I be cracking up with women. She like that control too, y'all. She like that control. I know where my man at. I know my man ain't cheating. Unless it's with Bubba. You thought your man wasn't cheating. Your man got life 4 times over and 20. Your man probably got a lot of girlfriends up in there. But in her mind, he ain't cheating. She all proud, she working, she happy, she skipping, she doing up-de-doos, she's jogging, she's doing jumping jacks. Everybody so happy. Girl, I ain't got the problems y'all have. My man ain't cheating on me. And girl, let me tell you what he did to me Friday. I'm getting all the sex. Yeah, after he done ran up in Tommy and Joe and Kevin, you putting your mouth on some poo-poo penis. That brother looked like he was touched. For you to be an educator of special education, you didn't know he was one of your students. That was one of your students. I called him King to order and say he good looking because he have some potential, or he had some. I can see it, but I also can see cray cray. Oh, I done met some fine dudes that was cray cray. All it took for me to have a conversation. I done been out before. I ain't no nerd all the way. I done been out, sit down with dudes like, oh, his eyes is pretty. Damn, he cut up. You sit down and talk to him. What's up, girl? Ain't nothing up. What you about to do? Because I'm trying to find somewhere, to lay up on something. Give me a minute. Go tell my friends, let's go out the back door. This dude crazy. You know what I'm saying? You can just talk to somebody they crazy. How you gonna tell me you trying to lay up on something? You only talk to me for 2 minutes. You trying to lay up on something. Man, you looking for somewhere to live. All right, hey girl, I just got out. I ain't working right now. I look broke. You gonna buy me a drink, baby, with your fine ass. Give me a minute. Some girls be, girl, he's so fine and stupid. No, you're stupid. That man about to kill you or do something to one of your kids or use you, one or the other. His motive ain't right. He trying to find out where you live in 2 minutes. One more story, I'm gonna let y'all go. Down the street from where I grew up, Grand Rapids on Franklin Street. Google it. It was all over the news. This white girl met a white guy online. And instead of them going out and meeting each other in public, them dating. I know half y'all on them date sites. Get off those date sites. Freaky Jason on those sites. It's like playing Russian roulette on them sites. You might find a good one, but you might find a bunch of nuts. You hear me? He told her to come to his mom and dad house on Franklin Street in Grand Rapids. Look it up. She meets him at the house. She thinking, well, it's his mother and father house. I mean, a lot of people probably would think that, oh, it's his mom and dad house. He want me to meet his family. He's cool. But if his mama and daddy, Michael Myers, auntie and uncle, so she goes and meet him. Now, how I know this story, because he told it after he got caught. They chilling in the basement. They go down to a party store called Miss Tracy's. Miss Tracy's is right down the street, the local party store that down the street from my house where I grew up. Buy liquor, and it was on camera at Miss Tracy's. They go back to the house. Something happened between the store in a few hours. He goes upstairs and tells his parents, I need your help. With what, son? They come down the basement. She's unconscious and cut up in several places. Instead of the parents saying, oh, don't worry about it, honey, because this is what I would have did with my son. Oh, honey, don't worry about it. Mama, I handle it. I would have went upstairs and ran straight out the damn door, screaming and hollering. My son just killed a girl in my basement. But I had to get away from him first. You know what I'm saying? Oh, mommy got it. Don't worry about it. And took off running. No, the mama didn't do that. The daddy didn't do that. Guess what daddy did? He went and got his chainsaw. And they cut the girl up. And they put her in a bag and they made her disappear. Her family reported her missing. She told a friend she met a guy online and his name. So they happened to go to the house and they looking for the son. And the son talked to the detectives and said she never came to the date. No, I know her, but she never showed up to the date. The mother and father, no, we never seen no. My son was here all weekend. So for a few weeks, they was like, well, what happened to her? And something dawned on them. It's a party store down the street. Let's see if they seen her. So they showed the picture. One of the owners said, I believe I saw her with a guy come in here. Let me pull my cameras. They showed her with him at the party store. So you did meet her. So they go back to the house and they question the parents. Now they got a search warrant. They take the blue light and they see blood all over the basement. He gets arrested. Now, I don't remember if he actually snitched or what, but somehow the parents' names came up. They ended up arrested. They helped delete that girl, cut her up. Now, all three of them in prison. Because she met somebody online that she didn't know, and she never left. And his parents helped delete her. So when I tell y'all, sit y'all butts down some damn where. I promise you to sit out. This is why I tell you, when you meet somebody, always meet them out somewhere in public. Do not bring them to your house. And before they even come and meet your children, meet their family. Not like Freaky Jason family, like the one, I'm talking about a barbecue out in the park somewhere. They having an event at church somewhere. Don't even go to their house. Because somebody gonna tell you they little Daryl. If you go to church, somebody gonna say, you know he sung in the little Daryl choir. What's the little Daryl choir? The one got one bigger shoe than the other. The helmet, yeah. Their uniforms were helmets. What? You didn't tell me you had disabilities. You will find out. I'm telling you, go to some people that went to school with him. You know he used to kill squirrels every recess with his bare hands and take the head off and throw it across in the parking lot. He did what? They gonna tell you. You gotta go around folks. I told you everybody got an Uncle Joe. Joe from Medea. You know how Joe was on Medea. That's why Tyler Perry make the movies. Joe go tell you. You know he used to boo-boo on himself and eat his boo-boo, don't you? Uncle Joe quit lying. Boy, you did it this morning. Uncle Joe go tell. Show your teeth. That ain't plaque. That's boo-boo. Stop thinking somebody cute or they job, but y'all too busy worried about somebody's pockets. Girl, he got a career. Girl, he got a six-pack. He also got a trail record of being nuts. He was in that nut house. When you went in his closet, did you pull some of them leather jackets back to see what a special jacket was? That special jacket was still hanging up in there. You know, the white one to wrap around you, he still had that special jacket up in there, and you didn't ask him what it was. He told you that was to get his six-pack together. It's a lot of people that's crazy. It's a good-looking dude. Just all you gotta do is get on YouTube and Google this stuff. It's a good-looking dude that was meeting girls on the internet. Fine young dude in his 20s. He deleted at least 12 girls. 12. You wouldn't have thought that young man would be doing. I think he was like 28. You're like, what is wrong with him? Good-looking black man. 12 one beautiful women gone because they thought he was cute. Miss Stevie gone because she thought she had a king to oil that won't cheat on her, and he was laying the pipe when she go up there and visit. She gone. And her family blaming the prison. Now, one time did the son say, my mother should have been ashamed of herself. My mother taught us right from wrong. My mother knew the Lord, and she didn't see that? I'm mad at my mama. My mother left us behind some peanuts that had life. I'm so pissed at my mama. I love her. I forgive her, but I'm mad. She didn't love us or love herself enough to say no. That's what I'll be saying about my mama. I'll be hurt, but I'll be mad as hell. Mama, you mean you put a man before us? And this man took your life? You left your grandkids? Out of all the men out here? I know her son probably thinking, well, damn, Mama, I could have introduced you to one of my friends if that was the case. Shit, if you want a young dude and you want to spend some money, I got a lot of friends you could have just laid up with. I would have been mad, but you still would have been here. I mean, I'm just being real. People don't like to hear the truth. It's a lot of bums out here. She could have went and got a homeless man. I ain't saying it would have worked out any better, but damn, you could have went and got a homeless man and brought him in your house. At least he would have been at home. At least he could have fixed a toilet or something. I mean, damn. Stop being desperate, y'all. Stop living in the flesh. Stop lying on God. Because you paid the ultimate cost with your life. And guess what? Mr. Whatever, David, he was going to add another 20 years to his full life sentence. That's a waste of taxpayers' money to even charge him. For real, that is a waste. What the judge go say? I'm giving you 4 more life sentences. He be like, all right, hurry up, because I got bubble waiting in my room. You was wasting my time, Your Honor. I mean, what else can they do to him? Put him on death row? Okay, whatever. All right, I already got death row. We don't have death row in Atlanta. I just thought about that. I don't think we have capital punishment in Atlanta, do we? All they can do is add to his life sentence. And that's what she should have been worried about. I'm in this room by myself. This man, hands. These hands deleted 4 people. And I'm letting him touch all over my body, putting all of demonic spirits all over me, all that bad energy all over me, and nobody watching. What if he decided to delete me? That never crossed her thoughts. What if I'm in here by myself? And this man is crazy. And what if he thought she was cheating on him and did that? He already a killer. What if he thought she cheated? I called you and you didn't answer the phone. Oh, baby, I was doing hair late. Nah, no, you wasn't. Now he mad. You can't get nobody like that mad. Do y'all know how many stories after stories after story? I'm gonna start showing y'all more stories about women who met men after they got out of prison. It's a lady in Detroit, Michigan. I'm gonna show y'all her story tonight. I'm gonna find it. She lost her children and she's still alive. She lost all 4 of her kids behind marrying an ex-con murderer. And he took all 4 of her kids out. 2 of them was his. I'm gonna show that story. It's from Detroit, Michigan. Because I'm going to get through to y'all heads I ain't going to say if it kills me. If it's the last thing I do, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to keep on getting in y'all heads, ladies, drilling y'all head till y'all are unbreakable, strong women, till y'all can walk around here and y'all can see a no good such and such from a mile away. Nope, he ain't shit. When your friend say, my girl, I want you to meet my boyfriend friend. As soon as he walk in the room, you go smell him. That's lard. That's not quinta oil. Get out my face. I don't care. What happened to y'all doing all this and being bougie and stuck up? I want y'all to go back to them stages. So your friend too stuck up. And I am. Be too good sometimes. I didn't say what a good dude. You know, y'all do it with the wrong dudes. The good dude want to take you out and treat you nice and love on you. You got $500. You want to treat him like he Pookie. I'm talking about these no good dudes. Get that sister girl stuff going back again. Oh, no, you didn't bring him over here to meet me. Let them talk about you. I was that stuck up friend. I told you, and I wasn't even really stuck up, but my attitude it used to show. Don't bring it in her. She be killing the vibe. Oh, because I don't let my friends get high and y'all take advantage of my friends. I was that friend. We be sitting down. I mean, one time I was at my friend's house, y'all. We was sitting down. She was going to meet her boy. Good looking dude. His friends was fine too. But I wasn't feeling them. They was all drug dealers. So I'm sitting there, we watching TV. We in the den. These Negroes come, this after the club. They come into the den, y'all, with some G-strings on, dancing like they some strippers. I looked at her. I grabbed my wine. I sat back. And I laughed so hard, Jesus. I thought my soul came out. He got so mad that I was laughing at his little skinny ass. God rest his soul, because he have since died in a motorcycle accident. But I laughed so hard. He didn't ever want me to come back to his house. Don't bring Nina stuck up, stupid ass over here no more. She don't even know how to get into the vibe, because they was all into it. I'm rolling. He working hard. I mean, he breaking it down. He got the 6-pack and all. And I'm like, really? And I'm rolling. He didn't touch nothing, and I never went back. See, I'm that friend. Then I said, you ain't going in that room with him. You drunk. To me, that's like giving you the keys to your car. You're not thinking straight. My friend not going in there with you. No, because she's not in her right mind. She can't make those decisions. So I got to make them for her. Let's go. Shut up. Get your purse. Get your horny ass in the car. Let's go. Bye. I don't care. You mad. She mad. She's about to leave. And if you don't let my friend leave, I will be calling 911. And we left. And she thanked me the next day because she didn't remember half the shit that happened. I'm that friend. Do not put yourself in compromising positions. You hear me? And you will live to see another day. Can I get my likes up, please? I have over 100 and some people that didn't even push like. And I'm telling y'all some real stuff. This is a true story about Miss Stevie. I don't even know what it's not to like. So I'm giving y'all the chance before I get off here to push these likes buttons, because I'm going to show y'all more videos like this, because I see it's a problem. It's a problem. Women are so desperate, they're using God to get penis. And I know brothers. Listen, ladies. I know some brothers that know that word inside out. And when I say this, Lord, I'm being real. They use the word of God to get in your pants. And a lot of you old desperate church women, if they know the word, it turns you on for some reason. It turns you on when they get talking about God. And next thing you know, you got your legs behind your headboard, because they done told you every woman I sleep with is my wife. You my wife, baby. And they start believing it. I done had them brothers say that to me several times. You my wife. If you slept with me, you my wife. And I said, no, let's go to the beginning, brother. So you can't tell me anything. Let's go to the beginning. When we sat there and we talked before you even touched me. I wasn't your wife. And it's not that I'm your wife. God said we have a soul tie. But before you touched me, we both decided to commit a sin. So we got to pay for that initial sin. But see, if you're not clever, his clever behind would trick you. You're right. Everybody I sleep with is my husband. So it's not a sin. How you think Charlie Manson had all them women cut off their hair and follow behind him and delete people? He got in their head. I am the Messiah. You are, Charlie. Open ear will lead you to the pit of hell. You hear me, ladies? And sometimes when you horny, you don't think straight. You know, that's why you don't sit there and conversate with a brother by yourself, because he starts smelling good. He starts looking good. He starts touching on your knee. And you, oh, no, I'm celibate. No, yeah, oh, okay. And next thing you know, you butt naked. And then he telling you, you didn't sin. I'm your husband, baby. Now you having sex with him every day. I'm not lying, Kanique. I know. I know it to be true. Trust me. A lot of these brothers would trick you with the word. Why you think they got all these women in the churches and they woman out thou loose and they catering to the women? Act like a woman, think like a man, Steve Harvey. Because a man know how to get in a woman's head through the word. Oh, all I got to use is God. They go follow me. The church is full of lonely, single women that's looking for a husband. And until they find a husband, they pastor their husband. Or they pimp. I'm just being real. This your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. Can y'all get my likes up, please? Come on, give me some more. And I need y'all to watch 2 videos a day. 2 videos a day. I always gonna have a story time. I'm trying to throw in every time I get a video. I'm gonna tell y'all some real life situations when I show you a video or talk about a story. So this is what you're gonna find on my channel. If you're not a member, please become a member. It's the member costs. Somebody tell me, how much is membership on my channel? $5.99 a month, $7.99 a month or something. I'm going to have more to offer. I got to get with my mods and see what can I offer my members because I got to give you guys something. You know, it's support my channel. If you want to support it financially, I have Cash App on my description. I have Super Chats. I have a lot of people that watch me. If you all just give $5, it would change my whole channel. I can get the things I need. You see, I'm not editing. My son has all the equipment at his house. I want it upstairs in my office. I want to pay somebody to train me. So if you guys can help out, I greatly appreciate it. And I had a person, I forgot his name, Michael. Somebody reached out to me and said they were homeless. And they wanted my subscribers to help. And I told them I don't do it like that. You know, because otherwise I'll be asking you guys to help everybody. I can't do it like that. So whoever you are, I can't remember your name. I told you to email me. I will give you what I can give you. If they bless me, I will try to bless you. But I got to know for sure about your story. And I can help you to fish. Do you know what that means? I don't want to give you a fish. I want to help you fish so you can feed yourself forever, ever. If I just constantly raise money for everybody that need help, they will always be in a situation. So I can teach you how to get out of a situation, but you got to apply yourself. When I raised money for Miss Lorraine, because Miss Lorraine is my ride or die from day one. She my mod, and I do it for her again. She's solidified. You know what I'm saying? Kanique solidified. TK solidified. If they ever need anything, yes, I'll do it for them. Miss Janice solidified. These people have showed me nothing but love. And I know their hearts are in the right place. You hear me? I'm not saying yours not in the right place, but I got to make sure who you are, what's your story. I don't want to hear you lost your apartment just because you didn't pay your rent. You know, that's a lot of people's problem. They just didn't pay their rent. I went through a bad divorce and I lost everything. It was something out of my will. So some things just out of people's will and they need help. I started over from nothing, but I always had. I can give you my story from way back when. I always was a single mom, raising my kids, always had a job, always had good credit, and life happened. I was not one of those slackers. It is hard starting over. I started over with nothing. When I said my husband left me in a parking lot, my daughter in there fighting for her life, she had cancer, and all I had was a sundress, some flip-flops, and my purse, I meant that. That's all I had. And mysteriously, y'all, this was 6 years ago. My mother's death certificate popped up. I don't even know where it came from. I don't know if somebody put it in my son David's mailbox. I don't know where. He had that. And he knew it meant a lot to me. Even my dad's death certificate was in there. But I somehow, since I've been in this house, got her death certificate. I said, I don't know if he felt guilty and said I sold all her stuff. I took everything, but I ain't going to take this. This is from her mama. I got it back. I don't know if that was my mama just appearing. I don't know. But I was looking at some papers, and I'm like, where did this come from? I'm not lying, y'all. It's crazy. But anywho, keep your head up. Stay prayed up. Make sure when you hear a voice, it's God. God is not the author of confusion. You will not be confused when God tell you to do something. When God told me to step out on faith to YouTube, it was no ifs, ands, or buts. It was no, I don't know if I should. I got up and then my fingers was working. I'm like, I'm really doing this. It's like he just led me to do it. Get up there and do it. And it worked. So I know that was God. Be careful who you entertain. Be careful what you entertain. And when you hear some of these stories, pray. All of y'all pray when y'all get off here. Pray for me. Because demonic spirits jumps off the TV. That's why I don't like scary movies. Y'all might think I'm crazy. I don't watch scary movies. I don't like that demonic stuff. I don't like negativity. When people come here complaining, go back outside. For what? Turn around, think about what you're about to do, and pray. Leave your problems out there, and then come in my house. I have enough problems. I don't want to hear about who shot John and such said such at the club. I had to stop my daughter and her friends all the time. Not in here. No. You leave that in your car. I've been through too much. I don't have no more time to give. That's wasted. Not a second. And that's what makes me so strong, y'all. That's what makes me not entertain no good men, because a no good man can't give 5 seconds from me. Nothing. He can get some advice. Don't get me wrong. He can get some advice. The advice is don't come over here with that bull crap. Don't come around me till you're ready to change. That's the advice he can get from me. I got no good men in my family. I got no good friends. I still love them from afar. That's that old saying your grandmama used to tell you. Deal with them with a long handle spoon, baby. And make sure it's wood, because you don't want to feel the vibration coming through the dang on fork. You know what I'm saying? You deal with them with a long handle. They talk about you, so what? They talked about Jesus. But it's your girl Nina from Unbreakable Strong Woman. Thank you all. I'm going to read y'all comments when I get off here, because I've been on here long enough. Kim says she loved my channel. I love you too, Kim. Thank you, Robin. Yes, blessings. TK, thank you so much. She said, make sure you like. Donna, thank you, thank you. Charles, he said, I'm a beautiful boss lady. Thank you. I try my best. I'm old, Charles. I'm losing my stomach now, Charles. I'm working hard. And it ain't for nobody in the prison system. I want to look good for myself. Ladies, let's look good for ourselves. That's something I'm going to do in my membership, Kanique. We go like fast together. We go do try-ons. We go do a lot of stuff to get ourselves together, because a lot of people health is bad. We go share stuff. And when I say Kanique know the word, y'all see my mod, Kanique Jackson. We talk often. Kanique know that word inside out. The girl is, she that deal. So if y'all want to talk and y'all can't reach me, y'all can talk to my mods. Can they talk to y'all mods? Y'all can inbox my mods. I don't know. Maybe they can put their email down, mods. Maybe y'all can help me with some mentorships, mentoring people. Kanique is a very good mentor. So if I'm not available, and maybe somebody want to talk to somebody more her age, she's a little younger than me, y'all can probably talk to Kanique. Maybe she would put her email up. It's up to her. TK, maybe. Miss Lorraine is the bomb. You know, she's older than me. She would give you the bomb advice. When I talked to Miss Lorraine a couple weeks ago, she mentored me. Miss Lorraine is my mentor. So she one of my mentors. And she go talk to you like a mama, and she ain't playing. And then she go tell you she a freak. I'm going to keep calling you a freak, Miss Lorraine. But she would give you some good advice. So if y'all mods want people to reach y'all all the time on my lives, put your email so people can reach you too. Because they my helpers. Without them, I don't know what I would do. Like I said, if they ever need anything, I got them. I don't care if I got to do a GoFundMe or whatever. We going to make sure we all eat. You hear me? We in this thing together. Because right now, because of them, I'm coming out my situation. They have helped me change my life. You will be amazed how my mods have blessed me. They not just on here telling y'all to push like. They have made a tremendous impact on my life. Without them, I would have lost my mind. Man, I thank you all. I thank you. Trust God. And everything else will follow. I promise you, I'm a walking testimony. I'm sitting in my living room. And I used to do videos from my car. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Bye.